Hi, welcome back to today's episode on Levite Podcast. We are still dealing with the issue of spiritual marriage. And in today's episode, we want to find out how it is enacted, how it is done, and also the advantages the people in the negative supernatural draws from such unholy union. So stay tuned as we take you through these issues. Now, there are several means by which spiritual marriages are enacted. Uh, from the scriptures, we may find from Second Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2, part of the means by which this unholy union is enacted. Now, in Paul's example, there is a classic example of a holy union, all right? But there can be the people in the negative supernatural can use that as a principle to also engage in that unholy union. In Second Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2, this is what Paul says. He said, "For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin unto Christ." Now, the first mean by which spiritual marriages are enacted is what we call spiritual betrothal. Spiritual betrothal. Spiritual betrothal. And when we talk about spiritual betrothal, it is when somebody that is in authority over you gives you to another person or engages you to another person spiritually. Now, in the case of Paul and the church, it was a holy one because Paul was espousing them unto Christ. But in the context where it is with a man and a person that is in the negative supernatural, it is an holy union. It is an holy union. However, it can still be done. So the first means by which spiritual marriages are enacted is what we call spiritual betrothal. Somebody that is in authority over you engages you to another person spiritually. We have no evidence of it in the natural. All of them are done in the supernatural. All of them are done in the spirit. It takes somebody that has spiritual eyes to know if these issues were done concerning somebody or not, because there will not be any evidences in the natural suggestion of that unholy union. So this is the first means by which spiritual marriages are enacted. Somebody in authority, it can be your parent, it can be your grandparent, somebody that have authority, can even be your pastor that is not really a pastor, that fraternizes with a demonic spirit. They can expose you to another person. And all of these are done in the spirit. Now, so that is the first means by which spiritual marriages are enacted. The second means is through what we call spiritual or demonic proposal. Demonic proposal. Now, this thing I'm about to talk about, most of the time it happens in Africa. Somebody can give birth to a beautiful young boy, a beautiful young girl, and somebody may come around and see the beauty of that young child, and then they may be jokingly say that when the person grows, they are going to get married to, they are going to do this, they are going to do that, or they are going to give the person to their child, and so on and so forth. Now, while some of them might be joke, you must also understand that some of them might not be joke. Some of them meant what they are saying. They are actually making a spiritual proposal. And if there is somebody from the victim's family that hears what that person is saying in the spirit, or knows what the person is saying in the spirit, and they want to agree to that, they can actually agree to that and agree to give that victim to those people spiritually when a certain time is due. So part of the means by which spiritual marriages are enacted is what we call through spiritual demonic proposal. Demonic proposal. They propose, and if there is somebody around that knows what is happening, they can agree, and if they are in authority, they can agree and then give the victim's hand over in marriage. Now, the third means by which this unholy union comes about is through what I call demonic transaction. Somebody can go to seek help from a demonic altar, and when they go to seek that help, the sacrifice they are supposed to pay from that help they went to seek for is that they agree to give their daughters, their sons over to marriage to whoever that supersedes or oversees that altar. And that if they agree to that consent, then it means that an arrangement is done, an agreement is in view, and they can actually go on and on and on and on and on. So they can be getting married to that person that went to seek for that help generations. They can actually be getting married to their generation spiritually, and it can go on and on and on and on. It is what we call through demonic transaction. Demonic transaction. Now, the fourth means by which spiritual marriages are enacted is what we call through covenant. Covenant. People can fall in love, and in the name of love, they can actually engage that covenant. They can engage all kinds of covenants in the name of love. And later on, they find out that they are not compatible, and they want to go in their separate way, and they will be having challenges or issues, forgetting the fact that they actually entered into covenant. In the spirit realm, it is recorded that they are one because they actually agreed and enacted covenant based on what they were feeling, and they don't know that what they did actually was established in the spirit realm. It has a bearing in the spirit realm. So these are some of the means by which spiritual marriages comes about. These may not be all the means by which they come about, but these are obviously some of the means by which spiritual marriages comes about. Now, quickly, I want to take you through the advantages the people in the negative supernatural draws from this unholy union, because there might be a profit. There is always a profit they want to reap out from, and that is why they engage in some of these unions. Now, the first advantage or profit they reap out of this unholy union is that spirits actually will gain an open grounds to infiltrate the generations of the victim. They have an access. They want to actually infiltrate human generation. They want to infiltrate human generation. Just like when Christ got married to the church, Christ got married to the church and brought the church into the family of God. As we speak right now, God the Father has access into the church's life. The Holy Spirit has legal access into the church life. And it is through one man, Christ, that they gain such access. The access they gained was through marriage. Through marriage. The same way in the negative supernatural, when somebody gets married to somebody spiritually, and they have a spiritual family they belong to, they can that family have access into the victim's life. They can infiltrate the victim's life through that unholy union. You are espoused to somebody spiritually, and that person you are espoused to have a spiritual family they belong to. Some of them have a link with marine spirits. Some of them have a link with all kinds of spirits. And when they get married to you spiritually, those marine spirits will have access. You are going to see them in your dream. You are going to see their influence around you. You may not know how they get access into your life. Sometimes you may not even have never in your life visited a demonic altar before, and you wonder how these spirits have access into your life like that. And you may not know that sometimes it is through this unholy union. This unholy union, they want to infiltrate human generations, and that is why they strive to engage in some of this reality. Not only that, they also do that so that they can have access to the body of the victim. They want to have access to the body of the victim. When such union is engaged, both becomes one. The Bible says they become one flesh. When that union is enacted, both the spouse will have advantage over each other's body. Just like the Bible reveals in the book of 1 Corinthians 7, the Bible said the wife does not have absolute authority over her body, and so the husband also does not have absolute authority over his body, save the wife. And so in such union, you are going to see that the spirit wants to take advantage over the body of the victim. Some of them, they want to afflict the victim's body. They want to afflict the victim's body. And they have legal ways by which they can do that, because spiritually they are married to that individual and they want to violate the person's body. Sometimes You wonder why certain sickness will cast and it goes and it comes back. It goes and it comes back. It goes and it comes back. Sometimes it may be because there is a legal platform, and that legal platform is based on only human, the spiritual marriage. It can go as far as the victim's body is defiled always at night. Always at night. That person can come and have supposedly an intercourse with the victim at night. And this intercourse is done spiritually, of course, it is done spiritually. They come with an aroma of lust upon you, and they will actually be fondling with you and doing all kinds of violation. They will violate your body. They want to have that legal access. Number three, the part of the advantages they draw from this unholy union is that they force the victim to give out their marital duties. The Bible said the husband is supposed to give his marital duty to the wife, and so the wife is supposed to do the same to the husband. And so when this unholy union is engaged, in most cases, they force the victim to give out their marital duties. And that is why some people may affect their finances. Some of them it may affect their business. They may not know that those inconsistencies they are experiencing in their finances, the sudden lack that is coming upon them is because they are forced to give out something. They may not see it, but the impact will surely be seen upon their finance, seen upon their business, and so on. Right. So not only that, they can also use that as an opportunity to draw the soul of that victim into a certain court, into certain initiation. Sometimes they want to initiate the victim, and through the platform of spiritual marriage, they will draw the soul of that victim into certain court, into certain unholy fraternities, and so on and so forth. The last advantage they may draw from is that sometimes they will hinder the victim from even having access to physical marriage. They will hinder the person from having even physical marriage. The jealousy of the spouse will actually be too strong, be so strong that when somebody comes physically to take the hand of the victim in marriage, they will actually resist vehemently, and it can go as far as even they can even kill the person that wants to do that. Yes. Sometimes they want to stop you from having any opportunity physically to have a marital life physically, of course. So these are some of the advantages they draw from spiritual marriage. And that is why you out there needs to be very careful and be discerning, so that you do not take a step that will complicate your marital life in the future. You do not do things that will give Satan a grounds in your life. And also be prayerful, so that you can handle some of these issues. Now, thank you for joining in today's episode. In our next episode, we will talk about how to handle some of these issues, so that in case you are a victim, the Lord, by His grace, can set you free. God bless you.